Danger is closer than you think. Some people aren't what they appear. Smiles can hide malice. Words can mask manipulation. Around you, silent predators move unnoticed, draining your energy, twisting your reality, and leaving chaos behind. These are human demons, individuals who thrive on control, fear, and deception. Their presence slowly erodes your peace, your confidence, even your sense of safety, and yet most never recognize the warning signs until it is too late. Today, I will reveal the hidden traits that mark these dangerous souls. You will discover the subtle ways they manipulate, the patterns they leave, and the invisible chains they try to wrap around your mind. By the end of this video, clarity will replace confusion. You will know exactly how to spot these toxic forces, shield yourself, and reclaim your energy before the damage deepens. This is not mere theory. These signs appear in everyday life, often overlooked, often dismissed, but always real. Every word you hear today carries the power to awaken awareness and protect your life from silent harm. Stay attentive, stay alert, because recognizing these traits early can change everything. I am Shi-Heng-yi, guiding you through truths most people refuse to see, unveiling dangers hidden behind familiar faces, and teaching you how to respond with strength and wisdom. Welcome to Shaolin Divine Flow, where awareness meets action and protection begins within. Subscribe now, join our community, and prepare to uncover the secrets that will keep you safe, empowered, and free from those who would drain your life force without mercy. The journey begins here, and every second matters. Control hides behind charm, and confusion wears a friendly face. Constant manipulation is the first sign of a human demon. They speak with precision, crafting sentences that seem harmless at first, yet every word carries a hidden weight. One moment they praise your talents, the next they twist the same praise into criticism, making you question your own judgment. Your confidence wavers, and you start doubting decisions you once made with certainty. Gaslighting is their silent weapon. They deny events, rewrite conversations, and shift blame until your reality feels fragile, like sand slipping through your fingers. Even your memory can betray you under their influence. Subtlety is their strength. A casual comment about a forgotten promise becomes evidence of your carelessness. A suggestion meant to help becomes proof of your incompetence. They turn your strengths into weaknesses, your successes into excuses for envy, and your kindness into a tool for guilt. Over time, confusion sets in. You feel trapped in a fog, uncertain of who you are or what is real. Their manipulation is not loud. It whispers, nudges, and bends truth until your mind becomes their playground. Awareness is your shield. Recognizing these patterns, noticing the recurring distortion of facts, and trusting the instinct that something feels off are the first steps toward reclaiming your clarity. Human demons thrive on your doubt and hesitation, feeding on the energy that arises from self-questioning. Understanding this sign does more than reveal their nature. It awakens your power to resist it. The more you notice the invisible threads they weave, the less control they hold over you. Each twisted word, each subtle denial is a test, and awareness transforms it from a trap into a warning, lighting the path toward freedom before deeper harm takes root. Every encounter with a human demon carries a hidden cost, invisible but heavy. Energy drains quietly, like a slow leak from a well you didn't realize was cracking. You leave conversations feeling hollow, anxious, or exhausted, as if every word, every gesture pulled a piece of your spirit away. Laughter may have been shared, smiles exchanged, yet by the time you are alone, a shadow lingers and fatigue seeps into your bones. This emotional exhaustion is no coincidence. It is a signal, a warning your mind and body send when someone thrives on your energy rather than your presence. You notice it first in small ways: sleep disrupted by replaying their words, sudden irritability, or a creeping sense of dread before meeting them again. Then it grows. Your motivation falters, your clarity dims, simple tasks feel heavier than they should, and joy becomes fleeting. They feed on your reactions, your care, and your attention, turning connection into consumption. It is subtle, often masked by charm or flattery, yet the impact is undeniable. Friends may remark that you seem different, quieter, or tense, and even your own reflection hints at a weariness not caused by life alone. Recognizing this pattern is vital. Emotional fatigue is more than stress. It is a signal that someone near you is siphoning your energy, leaving you depleted while they gain strength. Trust these feelings. Notice how you feel before, during, and after interactions. Awareness becomes a tool for self-preservation. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is essential. Boundaries, distance, and conscious attention to your emotional state serve as shields. When you sense the drain, you are witnessing a truth too often ignored. Some people thrive not by building life around them, but by quietly weakening the lives of others. This realization awakens a vital clarity, guiding you toward people who nurture rather than consume, and toward strength that cannot be stolen. Every human demon places themselves at the center of every story, every conversation, every moment. Extreme selfishness defines them. Your needs, your feelings, your time, they exist only in relation to what serves their desires. They may smile, offer compliments, or lend help, but these gestures are never genuine. They are carefully calculated tools designed to secure trust, loyalty, or influence. Charm becomes a mask, a temporary veil that hides their true intentions. You may feel valued for a moment, even special, yet it is always conditional, always fleeting, and always for their benefit. Opportunities, achievements, and successes are constantly measured against their own advantage. Your victories may be downplayed, dismissed, or subtly claimed as inspiration for their own gain. They speak of empathy, concern, or shared purpose, yet every act circles back to them. The invisible current always runs towards self-interest. Over time, the pattern becomes clear. Conversations revolve around their problems, their triumphs, their desires, and your input is reduced to background noise. Requests for support may be ignored, needs overlooked, and emotions minimized, all while they expect attention, energy, and sacrifice in return. This selfishness is not always aggressive. It is insidious, quiet, and relentless, eroding self-worth and creating imbalance. Recognizing this is critical. Understanding that your time, energy, and presence are being exploited allows you to step back, reclaim your voice, and honor your own needs. True relationships are reciprocal, supportive, and nurturing. Anything less signals danger. Observing extreme self-centeredness sharpens your awareness, teaching you to distinguish between genuine care and calculated charm, between connection and exploitation. Awareness becomes strength, and strength creates distance, ensuring that energy, trust, and attention remain protected from those who seek only to feed themselves. A trail of broken relationships often marks the path of a human demon. They leave behind more than confusion or disappointment. They leave hurt, mistrust, and fractured bonds. Friends disappear, partners grow distant, colleagues feel uneasy, and yet they continue as if nothing has happened. Repeated patterns of destruction reveal a truth hidden beneath charm and words. This is not a one-time mistake or a moment of weakness. It is a consistent signature, a pattern of harm that repeats across time and circumstances. They may shift blame, deny responsibility, or justify their actions, but the results are unmistakable. Pain follows them, quietly accumulating, leaving a map of warning for those willing to see. Emotional scars, betrayed trust, and unsettled disputes are clues. Observing how others react around them offers insight. People may become cautious, reserved, or wary, sensing danger even when it is not spoken aloud. This repeated destructive behavior signals a lack of empathy, a disregard for consequences, and an innate need to dominate or manipulate. Awareness of this pattern protects you before you become part of the cycle. It is not enough to judge a single interaction. Look for trends over time, listen to the stories left in the wake of their presence, and pay attention to the emotional residue they leave behind. True empathy and care nurture growth and harmony, not confusion and loss. Recognizing this difference sharpens your judgment, helping you distinguish between someone who makes mistakes and someone whose nature consistently harms. The clarity gained from observing repeated patterns becomes a compass, guiding you away from relationships that drain and damage, toward connections that support, uplift, and protect your well-being. Human demons cannot hide the traces of their impact forever, and noticing these signs equips you to act with insight, strength, and self-preservation. Control can be quiet, almost invisible, yet its weight is heavy and suffocating. Intense control or domination is a hallmark of a human demon. They do not always shout or demand. Often, their influence is subtle, seeping into decisions, routines, and relationships without notice. Suggestions become expectations. Opinions are reframed as directives. Little by little, your autonomy is chipped away. They isolate you, not always with force, but through persuasion, doubt, and pressure, cutting connections that might challenge their influence. Friends, family, or colleagues who offer support may suddenly feel distant, leaving you dependent, uncertain, and more vulnerable. Decisions that once belonged solely to you are questioned, redirected, or overridden, creating a sense of constant second-guessing. Over time, the control feels normal, even necessary, until the realization hits your life is being orchestrated by someone else. Subtlety makes it dangerous. It disguises itself as care, concern, or guidance, while in reality, it erodes freedom and choice. The mind begins to bend to their will, and confidence in personal judgment diminishes. Recognizing this sign requires attention to patterns rather than isolated incidents. Pay attention to how often you feel pressured, manipulated, or dependent. Notice moments when your choices are subtly guided away from your own instincts. Awareness becomes a shield. Understanding that influence is not always obvious allows you to reclaim your space, your decisions, and your power. Resistance does not require confrontation. It begins with recognition, boundaries, and self-trust. Human demons thrive in silence and compliance, yet clarity exposes their control for what it truly is. Each act of subtle domination becomes a warning, urging you to stand firm, preserve independence, and protect the life that belongs entirely to you. Manipulation deepens through psychological tricks designed to confuse, bind, and disarm. Gaslighting bends reality until truth feels unstable. Conversations are rewritten, emotions dismissed, and memories questioned, leaving you unsure of your own perception. You begin to doubt instincts that once guided you clearly. Guilt tripping follows closely behind. Responsibility for their behavior is quietly placed on your shoulders. Your boundaries are labeled selfish. Your silence is called cruelty. Over time, guilt becomes a leash, pulling you back whenever you try to step away. Then comes love bombing. Sudden affection, excessive praise, intense attention that feels intoxicating. It arrives unexpectedly, often after conflict, creating emotional confusion just as distance feels necessary. Warmth floods in, resetting hope and blurring judgment. These tactics work together, forming a cycle that is difficult to break. Confusion weakens awareness, guilt suppresses resistance, affection restores attachment. The true nature of the person remains hidden behind emotional extremes, making clarity feel dangerous or even wrong. You may defend them to others, excuse harmful behavior, or blame yourself for discomfort you cannot explain. This is how control strengthens without force. The mind becomes trapped between doubt and desire, unable to see the full picture. Recognizing these tricks requires stepping back from emotion and observing patterns. Notice repetition. Notice timing. Notice how clarity appears only when distance exists. Awareness cuts through illusion. Understanding these tactics restores mental ground and dissolves confusion. When manipulation is named, it loses power. Each trick exposed returns strength to your perception, reminding you that peace does not arrive through emotional chaos, and genuine connection never requires confusion, guilt, or excess to survive. Time is not neutral when dealing with a human demon. Every moment matters. Their influence grows quietly but steadily, often accelerating without warning. Small manipulations can escalate into major control. Subtle lies may become dangerous deception. Relationships can fracture, trust can vanish, and your energy can be drained more deeply than you realize. Delaying awareness allows patterns to tighten their grip, making freedom harder to reclaim. Urgency is essential because recognition alone is not enough. Action must follow. Protecting yourself now is not fear, it is wisdom. Boundaries set early prevent deeper entanglement. Distance established today shields your energy before exhaustion sets in. Awareness without timing is like knowing a storm is coming but waiting until it floods your home to act. The signs discussed, The manipulation, the selfishness, the control, the psychological tactics are not static. They intensify with complacency. Each unchecked interaction is a foothold, each tolerated behavior a stronger thread in their web. Immediate awareness enables proactive steps, asserting limits, creating safe spaces, trusting intuition, and seeking support from those who nurture rather than consume. Acting now does not require confrontation or conflict. It requires clarity, decisiveness, and self-respect. Timing transforms knowledge into protection. Recognizing danger early allows escape before patterns become entrenched, before confusion and fatigue dominate, before charm masks true intentions completely. The urgency is real, palpable, and personal. Your life, energy, and peace deserve swift attention. Awareness paired with action creates a shield that subtlety and manipulation cannot penetrate. Every second counts, and preparation today ensures that control, harm, and emotional drain never gain a permanent hold. Understanding the speed at which influence can spread empowers you to move with decisiveness, reclaim independence, and preserve clarity before the human demon tightens their grip. Protection begins with awareness, but it is strengthened through action. Boundaries are not walls of fear, they are lines of clarity, declarations of what you will accept and what you will not. Saying no is a form of power, a signal that your energy, time, and peace are sacred. Distance is equally vital. Stepping back does not mean retreating from life. It means removing yourself from influence that diminishes your strength. Space allows perspective, restores clarity, and weakens manipulation. Trusting intuition becomes a compass. That quiet feeling that something is off is not imagination. It is your mind and body recognizing patterns invisible to the eye. Honor it. Listen, act, and reinforce it with deliberate choices. Self-care is your armor. Emotional, mental, and physical energy must be nurtured, replenished, and defended. Activities that restore calm, focus, and joy are not indulgences. They are essential tools in maintaining personal power. Surround yourself with supportive connections, with people who reflect respect, kindness, and authenticity. Recognition of toxic influence is only the beginning. Deliberate protection transforms awareness into empowerment. Every step taken to safeguard your energy reinforces strength and autonomy. These measures are not reactive, they are proactive. A declaration that manipulation, control, and emotional drain will not define your life. Awareness guides, boundaries protect, intuition directs, and self-care fortifies. Human demons rely on hesitation, doubt, and erosion of self-trust. Each act of protection dismantles their influence. The power to maintain freedom lies within, activated by conscious choice and consistent practice. By prioritizing your well-being and honoring your instincts, you reclaim control over your life, your decisions, and your energy. Strength grows in clarity, resilience builds in self-respect, and peace emerges where vigilance meets self-love. Each protective step is a reinforcement of sovereignty, ensuring that no external force, however subtle or charming, can claim the space and vitality that belong entirely to you. Not all danger announces itself with chaos or cruelty. Some of the most harmful influences move quietly, wrapped in politeness, intelligence, or calm confidence. Quiet toxicity is often the most dangerous because it hides in familiarity. There are no loud arguments, no obvious attacks, only a persistent sense that something is wrong. Your feelings become the first signal. Unease without explanation, tension after simple conversations, a heaviness that appears without clear cause. These sensations are not weakness. They are awareness awakening. Repeated patterns reveal more than isolated moments. Notice how often confusion follows interaction. Observe how frequently your needs are sidelined or your clarity fades. Patterns do not lie. The mind may rationalize, but repetition exposes truth. Gut instincts speak before logic catches up. That inner voice does not need evidence. It recognizes energy, intention, and threat before the mind forms words. Ignoring it weakens protection. Listening strengthens it. Subtle manipulation often disguises itself as concern, guidance, or shared understanding. It feels reasonable, even supportive, until distance restores clarity. Pay attention to how you feel when space exists. Relief is information. Calm is evidence. Safety feels light, not heavy. Awareness sharpens when you observe without judgment, when you stop explaining away discomfort and start respecting it. Human demons rely on silence, politeness, and doubt to remain hidden. Awareness breaks that illusion. Each small realization strengthens perception. Each acknowledged feeling restores trust in yourself. Recognizing the subtle signs is not paranoia. It is discernment. It allows you to respond before damage deepens, before energy drains, before control tightens. Quiet toxicity thrives in inattention, but clarity exposes it. When feelings, patterns, and instincts align, they form a warning system designed to protect you, guiding you away from harm and toward peace without noise, drama, or fear. Ignoring the signs comes at a cost that often reveals itself slowly, then all at once. Emotional damage appears first. Confidence erodes. Self-trust weakens. You may feel smaller than you once were, unsure of decisions that previously felt natural. Mental strain follows. Constant second-guessing creates anxiety. Clarity fades. Focus becomes difficult, as your mind remains tangled in unresolved tension. Over time, this inner conflict reshapes how you see yourself and the world. Financial damage can emerge quietly as well. Manipulation influences choices, commitments, and priorities. Resources may be drained through pressure, obligation, or misplaced trust. Opportunities can be lost while energy is spent maintaining unstable relationships. Each ignored warning deepens involvement, making extraction harder and consequences heavier. Early recognition is crucial because harm compounds. What begins as discomfort can grow into dependency. What feels manageable can become overwhelming. Awareness at the beginning preserves strength, time, and stability. It prevents long-term damage that requires years to undo. Human demons rely on delay. They benefit when signs are dismissed, explained away, or tolerated out of kindness. Early clarity interrupts this progression. It protects identity, safeguards resources, and preserves mental peace. Recognizing danger promptly allows controlled, calm action rather than reactive survival. It ensures that choices remain yours, guided by clarity instead of pressure. Ignoring intuition does not make harm disappear. It allows it to mature. Awareness applied early is protection multiplied. Each moment of recognition creates distance from damage, restoring agency before loss occurs. Understanding consequences strengthens resolve, reminding you that peace, stability, and self-respect are worth guarding from the very first sign. The signs are clear. Constant manipulation twists reality and weakens trust. Energy draining leaves you exhausted, anxious, and hollow. Extreme selfishness puts their needs above yours, leaving yours ignored. Patterns of harm reveal the trail of broken relationships and repeated destruction. Intense control and subtle domination steal freedom and autonomy, while psychological tricks like gaslighting, guilt, tripping, and love bombing keep their true nature hidden. Recognizing these signs early is more than awareness, it is survival. Take action before confusion grows, before energy fades, before control tightens. Protect your boundaries, honor your instincts, and prioritize your well-being. Do not wait for harm to become obvious. Run, protect yourself, and reclaim your peace. Your clarity, strength, and freedom are yours to safeguard. If this video helped you awaken awareness, like it, subscribe, and join our community here at Shaolin Divine Flow. Remember, every step taken to preserve your energy and self-respect is a step toward a life of strength, serenity, and unshakable peace. Stay vigilant, stay empowered, and let no shadow of manipulation dim your light.